Good afternoon. My name is Victoria Turner. I am currently enrolled in EDM 310 at the University of South Alabama. And I am here with Miss Joylyn Reese Ruffin, who is the current choir director at Dunbar Creative and Performing Arts Magnet School here in Mobile. She is also certified to teach music in grades K through 12. And right now we're going to talk about just different aspects from elementary to high school and what we do in the music world. First question, I know that there are 3 different methods that we use in early elementary or elementary music in general. It's Kodály, Orff, and Dalcroze, I believe. What are the differences there?
Well, the differences are pretty basic. I mean, they all take from, they all do some of what the other ones do, but Kodály is singing, Orff is instruments, Dalcroze is movement. And that's not to say that Orff doesn't have any singing at all, and Kodály doesn't have any movement at all, but those are basically their specialties.
Okay. If you're working with the early elementary group, let's say K4, K5, maybe even first grade, what method would you use the most? I guess you can say. What would you emphasize?
Well, I always like to do a combination of all 3. I wouldn't even say I have a favorite, but for the early grades, I would choose Kodály because I really think that it's important to have a strong sense of pitch and beat when you're going into those older grades so that you can get into instruments and not be overwhelmed. Mm-hmm. And Kodály involves a lot of song tales and learning by rote. So my turn, your turn, I sing, you sing. John Feierabend is a very good resource for those early grades when you're interested in teaching Kodály.
Okay. Now, in elementary, they have, of course, project-based learning, which is what all the schools right now are really emphasizing. Do you have any ideas or any takes, inputs, opinions about that?
Well, if you're going to do projects in elementary school, they have to be simple, and because you only see the students most of the time once a week, they have to be able to be done over a 1 to 2 week period. And, you might even pick something, and if the kids seem to really be learning a lot from it the first week, just do it again the second week, even if they've already finished it. Okay. For example, you could do the pipe cleaner project, where you already have bundles of 5 pipe cleaners. You need enough for your whole class. And I would get enough so that every student can take them home if you're not going to do it the next week. And if they do take them home, let them take it home the second week. Okay. Because they'll be no good after they're used a few times anyways. Already have them bundled so that the students don't argue over colors, but make sure that there's 1 of each color in your bundle of 5. Then lay them in front of the students. Don't give them to the students. Lay them right in front of the students. And when you're done passing it out, go up to the front of the class, unwrap your bundle, tell them to wait until you give them instructions. Show them how to make a whole note from your first pipe cleaner, and then give them permission to go ahead and open their pipe cleaners, lay out the 5, and make their whole note like you did. Mm-hmm. And then go on with the other notes, the half note, the quarter note, then have them make 2/8 notes with the remaining pipe cleaners, and then have them put them together with a bar, showing that you can have a barred 8/8 notes. And that still counts as 1 beat.
And this is re-emphasizing everything they've already know about the notes, and this is just basically a hands-on, and this is how you create this note.
Yes, they should have already learned about these about the notes. Okay. And they should know what their values are and exactly what they're worth, how many beats each note is worth. And this is kind of a follow-up to where they can just have some hands-on experience creating these notes without having to have every child go up to the board and draw them. Plus, they can keep them, take them home, show them to their parents. And it'll stick with them. Every time they see a pipe cleaner, they'll say, hey, I made some notes out of those pipe cleaners.
Yeah. Now, another big issue we have in music, I mean, in general ed classes as well, is classroom management. But because we only see them for like once a week, maybe twice or 3 times a week, when we're working the elementary level. Now, in middle and high school, we're going to see them every day, depending, for the most part. But with the elementary kids, how would you do classroom management?
Well, elementary is a bit easier. You can do something simple like have a jar, 10 marbles, and at the beginning of the class, empty all the marbles out. And whenever you see somebody doing something appropriate or good, or performing on an instrument well, or something like that, put a marble in the jar. And you don't even have to tell them, they'll see it. You can just take a marble, put it in the jar. Even if you just see somebody sitting quietly, like, oh, I've noticed little Susie is sitting quietly. Marble in the jar. And then at the end of the day, if they have all of their marbles in the jar at the end of their class period, you give them a little certificate, a little class certificate. Teachers can put them on their wall showing we had a great day of music today.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff is preventative and really takes care of the discipline itself. You'll have some other issues, but that's a good way to start out.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate you helping me out today, and thank you again.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.